Hello YouTube! I am Pinstar, and this is Sid Meier's Civilization Beyond Earth Strategy and Tactics, Episode 1. This game has been recently released, but I have been following it for ages, as I am going to assume that many of you have. I have been a huge fan of this series, and by this series I mean Alpha Centauri. Now, while Firaxis likes to say that this is not Alpha Centauri 2, we all know it is. And that's not a bad thing. I mean, Alpha Centauri is a game that really broke ground in the empire building 4X strategy game world, with both gameplay elements and story elements, and still holds its own even today. I was playing it the other day off of GOG, and brings back memories, and it still plays smoothly. But today we are going to be doing some Beyond Earth. So, diving in here, let's get our game set up. We're going to do the Vostok difficulty here. Actually, you know what? Let's do it. Gemini. Let's boost it to Gemini. I beat Vostok the other day, so let's continue climbing the difficulty ladder here. Standard game pace, just because we don't want this to take forever, and standard map size, 8-player map, and we want to see everybody out and about. So here we go. Now, as far as our sponsor goes, I'm going to go with a pick that not a lot of people go with. I haven't seen anyone really go with them too much to utilize this, but I'm going to go with the African Union. 10% food in growing cities when healthy. It's kind of a tricky bonus to use, but it's one that I think is very good in the long run. Now, as far as colonists go, the biggest one that I want to go with is going to be artists. +2 culture and +1 health in every city. There's a lot of good stuff coming from that one, and it synergizes very well with the African Union's bonus. By having higher health, we're more likely to stay in positive health, thus maintaining the African Union's bonus. The culture is going to allow us to grab more tiles and virtues, which the larger population increases from the African Union will be able to actually utilize. So it works around the board quite well. Now, as far as my spacecraft, I am a huge fan of retrograde thrusters. Being able to just more perfectly pick your capital location is probably the greatest of all. And since we're going to be growing fairly tall as well as wide, being able to utilize some of the outlying tiles earlier on is going to be important to us, and thus having good outlying tiles is important. As for our cargo, the only real choice for me is machinery, because having more population grow in the cities means more tiles being worked, and the more of those tiles that are improved, the more output we get overall from our empire. So machinery, begin with the worker unit, is huge. And we're going to go with a Terran world here. Last game I played was a Protean world, and that was fun, but I'm going to go with the sort of the classic layout here of the continents style Earth. Okay, so we have landed, or well, we will be landing soon. We have to pick our starting tile, and it looks like we are seaside, which unfortunately means we don't get our full breadth of tile choices, but it looks like we've got some good options at our disposal. So let's survey the territory here. Now, within our landing zone, we've got ourselves 2 fibers and a fruit, which is good on its own. If we go up here north, we will grab... Actually, we won't grab the southernmost fiber. But if we go here, we will get the 1, 2, 3 fiber. We'll get the 1, 2, 3 coral. We'll get the 1, 2, 3 algae. We will be seaside. We'll get the 1, 2, 3 xenomass with miasma, unfortunately. So this is a candidate right here. Now, another candidate would be to go inland. So if I plopped it, well, let's say I plopped it here. That should, in theory, clear out the miasma. It would give me these 3 in real close succession. Basalt, it would give me this xenomass. It would give me the fruit, And 1, 2, 3 would give me the Resolin. If I went north 1, it would also give me... No, it would not also give me that Xenomass up there. So that Xenomass is out of reach regardless. And, oh, actually, if I went down here, 1, 2, 3, nope. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to access either of these. So the real question becomes, now our another option is over here. This would give me access to these 3. It would give me access to the fruit, the gold, the Firaxite, and not much else, and kind of some choppy terrain. So I'm not actually too excited about that location. So the question becomes, do we go waterborne, do we go seaside, or do we go inland? Well, hang on. Let's count up the things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. So this technically would give us more. Oh, 1, 2, 3. So it's actually 7 because the Xenomass is in access within either of them. I'm going to go with the seaside only because there are fewer miasma tiles that we have to deal with, and therefore we don't have to deal with miasmic repulsors quite so early in our game here. So yeah, this is where we're going. Plus the extra fibers are pretty darn good, and our culture should allow us to reach up nice and tall to start grabbing these sea resources. All right, let's and we got hills here too, so let's make it happen. 3 resource pods in our area, very nice. All right. Well, our worker is exactly where we want them to be. Yes, we do want you to build a plantation right there. Resource pods, let's see where they are. We got 1 over here, we got 1 down here. Got 1 over here. So kind of scattered, but not bad. Do we have any expedition sites? Is going to be the real question. I do not see any. Alright, so let's... yeah, we're just going to sweep through. So I'm going to have you guys grab that pod first. As for our production, yeah, we're going to need the culture from this because we're going to need to start grabbing some distant tiles here. So getting that culture sooner rather than later is going to be very important to us. Now, as far as this goes, I think, I could go a pioneering planetary survey. Planetary survey is going to be important to us in terms of getting early because we're going to want to grab those resources up top and therefore improve them. Biochemistry, the chemistry biochemistry line might not be too bad either. Yeah, petroleum recycler. A lot of good choices here, really. Lots and lots of good choices. But I think in this particular case, our best option is chemistry. Followed by pioneering and then planetary survey. Or heck, actually, you know what? I might go pioneering first. Or even planetary survey first. No, I'm not going to be able to get those tiles in it. Chemistry. Sorry, I'm being indecisive. So let's move on. Next turn. Alright, we're just moving our units along here. Nothing too exciting. Hey. Now, I'm not within 2 things of a nest, so they shouldn't maul my worker. Unless I shoot at them. If I shoot at them, then all bets are off. Good. That's what I'm talking about. You leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. And 40 energy. Actually, that's really good because we may need to buy ourselves a tile in the near future. How much is buying that tile? 100. Ouch. And yeah, you're probably going to be going south rather than north for looking for resources. And you know what? That's actually not a bad thing. Picking up a fruit and another fiber is good. And then that gives me plenty of time to get planetary survey done, because I can't tap these resources anyway until I grab planetary survey. So yeah, that works just as well. Oh yeah, my quests. Gifts from home, 2 resource pods. We already know where a few others, so that's going to be finished, no problem. Making me nervous, Mr. Beetle. I'm not gonna. Jeez. Do we have a nest nearby? I bet you. See, the other reason why I didn't go on this thing is I bet you there's a nest sitting somewhere in here. And it's just going to be honey bunches of aliens we're going to have to deal with one way or another. So this way we're not expanding directly into their faces. We can just sit by the sea and take our time. Okay, you are done. And yeah, 2 food, 2 production. I can't complain at all about something like that. Yeah, you guys are going to be right for energy tiles, but I think right now the getting fruit going on there is going to be good for our population growth. And another 40 energy. Interesting. All right. Well. Oh, and we're going to get clear this forest here, so that works. Ooh. 7 float stone. I was worried about affinity-specific resources and wondering what we might find, but wow, 7 float stone. And some xenomass that's not in a miasma, so it's not going to poop out an alien nest, plus some copper, plus this fungus, plus this resilin. Before I start grabbing that resource pod up there, I'm going to go poking my head around here, just sort of scouting this area for a possible second city location, because this is looking really nice. Develop a virtue. We're going to go down the knowledge tree, just because our sponsor bonus tends to make for larger cities, and knowledge tends to work off of how many people you have in your cities. We're going to be going that way. We're also going to be splurging into the industry tree, because I love the industry tree. The two of them work very well together. So knowledge and industry. And contestant number 1 is ARC.
How may
Howdy,
the corporation serve you?
Now, she is actually probably going to be one of my closer neighbors, but I'm not worried about her because we got this freaking miasma hellhole over here. And she's going to have just as much problem with it as I am. So, yeah. Alright, you... Yeah. Ooh, gold? Man, this place keeps getting better and better. I don't care if it's mountainous and craggy. I'll take it. Okay, so we finished ourselves that old Earth relic. Now, do we want to go for a soldier just because of all the roaming aliens? Or do we want to grab a clinic? You know what? I think I'm actually going to go for a clinic, because at this point, getting a soldier out... poking my soldier's head in there is just going to invite doom. So we're going to try and be all nicey-nicey with the aliens. Not taking pot shots at them. And get ourselves a clinic going. Old Elf relics to the public. Makes +1 culture is better than the, well, essentially +1 energy is what the maintenance free is going to be. But I'd rather have the culture than the energy. And we need the extra tiles anyway. Alright, Magan is growing nicely. This is African Union at work. Growing a little bit faster than we can otherwise improve, but that's why we started with our worker. Imagine what the yields would be without our starting worker. It just works that well. Man, a city right here would grab that 3 float stone. It would grab that out. Oh my god. That is disgustingly good. I should have gone pioneering first. I really want to crank out a settler and just grab this place. I mean, I don't think anyone's going to ninja it from it, although, knock on wood, not everyone has finished landing, and people have an infuriatingly nasty habit of doing that. That being said, I might temporarily abandon chemistry to go pioneering here, just because we have such a good city location ahead of us, and then we'll sweep back and finish up chemistry. Normally I wouldn't do that, but in this particular case it makes a lot of sense, because we want to get alien nest discovered. Aha, there they are. And actually, 65 for the, or is that 50 for the alien? That is totally worth purchasing, so I can start befriending these guys. Because I don't want to deal with all of this. So the sooner I get that alien nest in my territory, the sooner I start making these guys blue to me. So yeah, that's going to be my thing. We are not going to be shooting any aliens. Speaking of aliens, there's not a whole lot in this little dream city. Are you kidding me? More awesomeness? Oh. Man, now it's looking like if I go here, I can pick up those two things. I can still pick up that, pick up that, pick up that. Mountainous terrain, pick up that. Oh. There has to be a term for this, like a citygasm. Like, man, that is such a freaking good spot. Yeah. And of course my worry that it being ninja'd by either a new player landing or a station is ever present. And more floatstone, of course. 9 freaking floatstone. What the actual hell? I'm not... And a resource pod! Boy, it must be my birthday. Alright, we're gonna grab field research. I don't see any things to field research, but it's good to grab as soon as you come upon them. Oh, you bitch. You ninja'd my pod. Well, fine then. I'll go grab that pod. It's more and more looking like I'm going to be going purity. With this much floatstone by me, let's go purity. I like purity. We're going to need to be careful to stay away from that nest. Yeah, she's going to get that, isn't she? Stupid alien. I would have been a tile ahead of her if she wasn't. Yep. Alright, ARC is officially on my hit list. What do we got here?
The
KP, how's it going? Alright, well, all the more reason to get my settler out, because she's probably seen this nice little area down here, and might be making a play for it, especially if she's going early expansion. More floatstone. This is like the world's supply of floatstone over here. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Alright, well, since we're gonna be, yeah, let's get a worker going, because that way you'll be able to super hyper improve the, this area around Magan, and then as soon as the second city comes out, you'll be ready to start improving that. Alright, let's start exploring towards Ark, just to see what they've got going. New virtue! Yeah, we're going to go for social mores, just to get more culture out of each population point. since we tend to have a lot of population points. It's useful to have a lot of culture early games. You get these early virtues going. Alright, Elodie. You guys, you can land wherever the heck you want, just not in my dream city. Alright, we got the Slavs going. Yeah, I'm kind of glad that I have a chance to befriend the aliens here, because there's a whole crap ton of them. Alright, well, I think this is a good stopping point for episode 1. So, if you like this video and you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you have not done so already, and leave me a comment. Good, bad, or indifferent, your feedback is always welcome. So until next time, this has been Pinstar, signing out. Have a good one!